Thank you for joining us at this time. This is a news update live on Politics and Business TV. On the news at this hour, the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru, has said that Nigeria will overcome the menace of insecurity if the country gets 1% of the support the European Union gives Ukraine. Badaru stated this at an event titled Road to Ascuman Forum on Security and Defense, organized by the National Counterterrorism Center, NCTC, in collaboration with the EU. The minister, who emphasized the interconnectedness in addressing the country's security challenges. The Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka, has said that Nigerians were in pain due to policies introduced by President Bola Tinubu. Kuka, however, emphasized or expressed the hope that with time, such policies should be amended to serve the welfare of the people. The cleric, while speaking to newsmen after a closed-door session or meeting with President Tinubu at the Presidential Villa Abuja, advised him to open a channel of communication with the people on when his policies would begin to yield results. Governor Nasir Idris of Kebbi State has flagged up the distribution of assorted grains provided by the federal government to vulnerable members of the state. Speaking at the distribution ceremony, Idris said the gesture was to support and reduce the poverty amongst the less privileged across the state. He said the initiative underscored the government's commitment to supporting those in need, especially in these challenging times. The governor further expressed gratitude to the federal government for its swift response and unwavering commitment in providing relief to the most vulnerable members of the society. Well, on the foreign scene, Slovakia Prime Minister Roberto Fico is in a sector where he is undergoing treatment. Said he was currently in an intensive care unit after 5 hours in surgery. Earlier, Fico, who's 59, was said to have been fighting for his life after being gravely injured in an attack in the small town of Handover. The suspect at the scene of the shooting has since been detained. In sport, Tiger Woods remains a favorite to captain the United States at next year's Ryder Cup, but he will be given the space to decide if he can commit to the role. Talks between the 48-year-old former world number one and the PGA of America will continue after this week's U.S. PGA Championship Valhalla. Well, on Tuesday, Woods hinted his role in trying to broker a deal between the PGA Tour and Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, PIF, may mean he cannot devote the time required to lead the U.S. against Europe at Bethpage in 2025. However, on Wednesday, PGA of America Chief Executive Seth Ward said, and I quote, "We want to give him and the committee space to decide how it plays out," end of quote. The U.S. were comprehensively beaten 16.5 to 11.5 by Europe in Rome last September and will be looking to avenge that defeat in New York in September 2025.